Hello everyone, today we're with Cliff and the team and they're heading to Oxford to install some remedial wall ties. As always, we begin the day with a quick briefing before loading up the van and heading off the site.
You could have a wall tie failure, so they might not be embedded properly, installed properly when the property was not, when it was first built. The other reason is that the wall ties are installed not in the right density, so they're not doing what they're supposed to. Or you have another common problem where is the wall tie will rust, and with the expansion of the rust of the wall tie, it can split the brickwork apart. So then obviously that causes problems with the masonry. So with that, what we would do with rusting wall ties, we would actually isolate or remove depending on how severe the problem is. But before you do all that with old wall ties, you've got to make sure you get our remedials in there to hold the outer leaf and let them do the job properly before we take the old wall ties out. Because if you took the old wall ties out and not got any wall ties in there, obviously the outer leaf's going to fall out. So that's why they're important to the job. So if you do not have your wall ties replaced or have sufficient wall ties installed, the worst outcome, lo and behold, would be that the outer leaf would fall off, basically, and you wouldn't want that. There is examples of that in the past of walls falling off and crushing cars. So it's a great idea to have the wall ties inspected and have them installed if needs be.
Today, Ryan is getting some experience in supervising a site and stepping up to deliver the toolbox talk. Let's hear from Cliff first before handing over to Ryan.
Ryan is now just securing the site, having a look round, so that when he comes back down he can do a toolbox talk to me and the team, just to make us aware of any dangers on site, which is a normal thing we have to do just to make sure everyone works safely.
We're looking out for trip hazards such as tools, materials on scaffold, loose cables, and obviously we've got a lot of people working on the site today, other people, builders, so we just want to be cautious on what we're doing so we don't cause any injury to anyone or ourselves. So there might be materials or tools on the scaffold. PPE, obviously we're drilling today, so goggles. There's going to be some noise coming off the tools, so ear defenders, and then keep your eye on at all times. Obviously there's no scaffold tubes hanging down, and then we've got a fair few people on site today as well as the other contractors, so just want to watch out where other people are working, like those guys are working below us, so we want to make sure we're not dropping bits of bar or drop tools down off the scaffold. And power tools and tools, just have a little once over on them, make sure they're all working in order before you use them, and then just keep your wits about you and make sure you're doing things.
So the lads here today, if you come with me, we'll be installing remedial wall ties. We call them a Dri Flex tie. They are 2.25 long. If you have a look, we have one there, one in there, one in there. And what these do is basically tie the outer skip to the inner leaf. Because this property either has lack of wall ties or no wall ties, which will then, if a property has no wall ties, this outer skin is able to come away and it's not supported. So what we're trying to do is just tie it all back and support it. So what we've done here is, you'll notice this hole's a bit larger, but that is where we test the wall tie strength on the inner leaf. So what we try and do is try and pull that out, as you would have seen on another video that we earlier done. We've got to do all up this gable wall, so from top to bottom, if you have a look, if you can see up there.
This property was suffering from structural movement, exasperated by the fact that there were very few wall ties. The client had suggested pulling down the wall and rebuilding it, but we designed a specification that would stabilise it without needing to remove any walls. The team is following the technical specification laid out in the job book, with installation markers placed in a domino 5 pattern across the affected walls. AD starts measuring up, and then the team drill a 6mm pilot hole through both leaves. The wall tie is installed using an SDS drill simply on hammer action only, and it cuts its own thread into the masonry. Once installed, ties are randomly tested.
So as you can see, as you come around the front, you've got some opening, so you've got your window. What we do with a window opening is we'll install ties around this at 225 away from the opening, and then 300 verticals spacings of the tie, which then also ties the outer leaf to the inner leaf on that one as well, using the same tie, same process. And we'll also give it a test as well, just to make sure it is holding. We will go around this whole property and test. I think we've got 400 ties going in, and we test 10% of them. So you're looking at 40 ties all in all, just to make sure that it is all working the way it's supposed to, and we've got the mechanical fixed. So what we got here is a polyester resin. What we use this for is just to put a slight little pea-sized shape over the end of the tie. Can't see that there, over the end of the tie, so you can thick bit of brick dust over the top, highest that you've ever been there. Use the same colour brick dust that you've drilled from the wall, so you should get a natural colour that matches the actual properties itself. So what we do here let it mix in the tube. Get a little pea size. And voila, that'll dry and you won't be able to see it. That's the job done.